Now that Bubblin is out, I really, really love this record because there's this one thing about you that you definitely cannot be boxed in. Why is that important for you?
It's just natural. It's just what I do. I just like to have fun, you know? I don't ever think about it too much. I just like whatever moves me, you know? I've always been just someone that does unique stuff outside of what everyone else is doing. It's never been like something that I wanted to like follow trends or anything like that. I just feel like rapping, I feel like singing, I feel like drumming, I feel like dancing, you know?
I like that you mentioned the rapping and singing because I feel like it doesn't feel like it's a separate thing. They feel like they become one in all your music. What inspired Bubblin?
The beat. I got the beat from, what's his name? Jalil Beats. Holla at me. And he sent all the beats, sent like 3,200 beats, and I was like, oh, this one's dope. And I had the beat for a minute, and I didn't know what to do with it. It was like, it's, you know, the beat is very like,
yeah, it's
a lot going
I like
on.
it.
So, but I love the energy. And then eventually I wrote a verse to it, and it was just what was going on at the time. Like, we've been on, since Malibu, we've been on tour for like 2 years straight.
Oh, wow.
So we just been having a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we were making Malibu, we had nothing. So like that album was about making something out of nothing. And so now we have a lot of these experiences under our belt, a lot of new people. We've seen a lot of places. We've played so many shows, like all kinds of, we've done stuff like this, then we've done Coachella, then we've done crazy shit, you know? So,
everywhere.
I just put all of that into the song. You know, I felt like we was bubbling and we was eating canard and we was, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing all kinds of stuff, man. We was like, we was studs, no cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? We was out here. Like,
I love it.
That was life. So I just put it all in there, and that was, you know, that's inspiration, just living life.
I like that. How many of you guys have gotten a chance to see the Bubblin video, the music video though? Tell us about the music video, because I've watched it so many times just because I feel like there's so many pieces. Like, every single time you watch it, there's like a new gem in there. You find something else in there. Did you create that?
We sat, me and Calmatic Chuck, who directed the video, we sat down together. We've done almost every video together. And so before we go into something, we just sit and brainstorm. And honestly, we had another idea for the Bubblin video, and literally the day before we called it off. We were like, nah, this ain't it. Yeah, it was like it was just not it. And we could have blew it. And then we were like, we need to sit down, get this shit together, because this next one got to really count. Like, we got a budget now. I ain't trying to blow the budget on some whack shit. Like, niggas need to see this for sure. So we sat down together and brainstormed, and we were like, at the end of the first day, we was like, we just need to kill the whole, like, every shot is a new shot, new fit. Like, you know, even if it's 3 seconds, we just gonna, you know what I'm saying, one of those old school, like, you know, back to the days of Busta, Missy, Ludacris,
oh my
that type of vibe.
gosh.
That's where we come, that's where I come from. So it's like,
Bring us back to that.
Them kind of vibes. And then the next day he was like, what if we got the ATM machine and it's following you the whole time? And that kind of gave it
just spend that money out. It's like, I
Yeah.
want that money. Like, give it to me.
Yeah, it gave it more structure, and you know, even just like having the message behind it, you know, excess can kill you. So it was like putting that in, and yeah, it just came out so dope.
I did peep that you have your son in there. How was that, having him on set?
It was great. He low-key wrote the treatment too. Like, he like A&R, you know, the whole shit. Every time I play new stuff when I'm dropping him off at school, and I was like, what you think? You know, because he's 7 years old, he's gonna tell you the truth. He's like, I ain't feeling it. No, I like this part. No. And he just was like, right away, like, that's the one. You gotta drop that. You gotta have the money, and we'll go in Vegas, and we gotta have a car. I gotta be in it. And like, you gotta be like bubbling. Like, when you do that part, make sure you do like everything. So I was like, cool. I threw him in there.
I love it. I love that he was in it.
He stole the show. It was the best part.
Another track that you also released is Till It's Over. And I heard that actually has been in the vault for a while. Is that true?
Yeah. It's like 3-4 years old. Like, I just always recording. Like, I don't know when stuff's ever gonna come out, but I always just like to record, stay in that creative space. And then some songs I don't know what to really do with, so I just hold on to them. And I remember the producer, Jeff, was like, man, we gotta do something with this when we had recorded. I recorded that song like around the time of like Venice, you know, around that time.
Oh wow.
And I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, damn, this is crazy. This is some future type music. I don't know if I'm ready for this yet. And so I was like, just hold on to it. We'll find something for it. And he was just like, he wanted to put it out. He wrote a treatment for it, everything. I was like, man, just hold on to it. I had forgot about it. And then him and Michael Uzi hooked up, and they got it up to Apple, and they were like, Apple, my manager was like, Apple wants to use this song you did, blah, blah. I was like, oh, hell no, I don't want to put that out yet. Like, I'm about to put out this new shit, you know, blah, blah. And I was like, nah. And he was like, okay, well, they're going to do something with FKA Twigs and Spike. He told me, he's like, it's either Spike Lee or Spike Jones. And I was like, nigga, what kind of... let me know the details, whatever. Like, that sound lit, but like, let me know what's going on. And then, you know, I honestly didn't. I was just like, go ahead, go with it. And like, Dre has to approve everything I do now. You know what I mean? Like the old days where I could just put out everything. So
it's different now.
He super approved it, and he was like, yo, you ain't seen it? I was like, nah. I literally didn't see that shit till the day it came out. I was in the studio with him and watched that whole shit just like everybody else, and I was like, whoa, okay, well, yep. I was behind it the whole time.
You're like,
job.
yes,
yeah,
I approve.
It's our new single. Let's go.
Speaking of Dre, how is it to have such a legendary person like Dr. Dre in your corner and being a part of his album Compton? And I think that you were a very essential piece of that album. And now being with Aftermath, like, I want to know everything about that.
He's amazing, man. He's like, his birthday is, I think, like 8 days after mine. So we're pretty much kind of like the same people, control freaks. And just studio rats, so he's always working just as hard. But he has a lot of respect for me and what I do and what my team does. So the way he interacts with me is very just like, he lets me go, you know. And he's always putting his input in, and like, but he's very much like, I don't want to step on your toes, but I think this, maybe we try this and that, and I'm super open for it. He's like definitely a perfectionist, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that works with Dre knows that you're gonna really work. Like, you're gonna sound the best you've ever sounded, but afterwards you're gonna be like, dude, we really have to do 50 takes of that one word. Like, this ain't 92 no more. We can just put it out. It's like, yeah, but it's like, it's really, he's about that quality, you know what I'm saying? So I did a lot of time where I was recording myself or just recording at the homies all the time and never really had someone to vocal produce my songs. And I can really tell the difference when I'm working with him and when I'm just by myself. So it's amazing. It's he loves to work with musicians just like I like to work with musicians, and he's just like, I think it's cool because when we work together, he really like, what you think, AP? Or like, should we do this? Or so I think he kind of leans on me to like be like, nah, it's cool, man. Like, let it go. It's good. You know, you
it's gonna be okay.
Man. Sit down tight.
And I'm pretty sure you guys have shared a lot of moments, as you just said. But do you have anything on the top of your head, like the best piece of advice or something? And it doesn't even have to be about music. Maybe just life that Dre has given you.
Yeah, just like, don't settle and don't fuck with none of these niggas. Like, you ain't gotta do songs with nobody. You better, you did real shit. You just like, you the Marvin Gaye, you the Curtis Mayfield. You don't need to do songs with none of these niggas. Just work on your stuff. Don't talk to anyone. And I was like, I wanna, can I? No. Yeah. So it's just like, focus on your craft, you know, put everything into it. Don't settle, you know what I'm saying? And know your worth.
I like that. Speaking of your craft, can we expect an album coming up?
Yeah, very soon. The Free Nationals finished their album.
Yes, they did.
You know what I'm saying? They got that heat. My shit should be out 23, somewhere around there, summer of 2023 or some shit.
You're a liar.
And,
I don't believe that at all.
Yes,
That is way too late.
Good time, man.
You guys can't wait that long, right?
So much fun.
Let them know.
Wow.
We're not going to allow that.
I don't know what to tell you.
I have a theory of what the album is going to be called.
What? What's your theory?
Okay, I think it's going to be called Oxnard.
Wow.
I think you're going to bring it home. We've done the beaches. We've done Venice. We've done Malibu.
So just straight up the coast? Might as well go home?
You're going to go home. You know why?
Wow.
In the music video in Bubblin, you're in front of that big Oxnard billboard. And it just stood out to me. I was like, that's going to be it. That's the next album.
City. Put on for the city, man.
So y'all heard it here first.
I need to have the city on my shoulders.
It.
See what happens. Shout out to Oxnard Ventura. I love it. That has a nice ring to it, though. We'll see what happens.
All right. I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. And I want it this year, not 2023.
Wow.
Right? I have demands.
Real choosy. All right.
How do you make sure that you don't blend in with the rest of the people? I feel like right now in music, it's like super oversaturated. Like we're getting so much, like for example, in June, like there's so many albums dropping. The Carters just killed everybody. Couldn't even breathe on Nas's album. Kanye and everybody. How do you make sure that Anderson .Paak doesn't get lost?
I just feel like hard work is not going to go, you know, unnoticed. and we put everything into this music. Like not taking away from any of the artists you just mentioned, but when we do us, nobody can do us like us. So I'm not ever worried about how do I stand out or anything like that. You know, of course, like strategy is like something that like it's like new to me, but like that's something we've been taking more into account, and timing, having that space, because I do feel like it's real hectic right now. Everybody's just rushing and putting out albums, you know. But honestly, I don't feel like nobody cares about this music thing like we care about it. Like we really, really put everything into this shit. It ain't no like, okay, it's 3.5 tracks and you know we just recorded it on the iPhone and no, it's like, dude, this is real quality work. So when we put our shit out, it's gone. You know, I don't know about everybody else, you know. So it's good that everybody gets a chance to eat and have their time. But when we put our stuff out, it's our turn. Yeah.
I heard that. There's also other sides of you besides music. You did start the Paak House Foundation, and that event went down last year. Can you tell everybody what that's about?
Yeah, Paak House is just a non-profit organization that I started to help lift up, you know, underprivileged families and kids through music, spiritual wellness, and like even like financial, you know, advice and all that stuff. So eventually, I want to have like an actual Paak House where it's like the New Age Boys and Girls Club where they can come in, you know, learn how to play drums, make beats, you know what I'm saying, learn how to eat right. You know what I'm saying? And so we just been having mad fundraisers. I've been having an event. We had our first one last year, Paak House in the Park. Everybody came out just off the strength. Nobody was getting paid. Free Nationals played for everybody. So we had Raphael Sadiq, Janae Aiko, Isaiah Rashad, JoJo, man, all kinds of people just come show up at MacArthur Park and play for underprivileged families that don't necessarily always get a chance to see a top-notch show. We was giving out free haircuts, food, getting their nails done. You know, we had Black Santa out there. It was beautiful. Yeah, and we're going to do it again this year in December, so I'm just getting the lineup together, too.
Can't wait to see that.
You going to do some spoken word or something?
No,
you
not spoken
like you know
word.
How to breakdance.
No, I don't. That'd be embarrassing. I know how to dance some salsa, cumbia.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'll do a little bit of that, but not
like
breakdancing.
B-girl.
No, I can't. I always wanted to be a B-girl, but I just couldn't. Now I just watch it, you know, just do that. Why was it important to start that for you? Like, to have something like that? And I do believe that you're going to have that house. Did you have a place like that growing up where you could go?
Yes, that was the reason why I started like that. That changed my whole life when I was exposed to music, and honestly, when I was given a hobby or a craft to work on. And if I had so many friends that didn't have something to put their energy towards, even if it was just to writing or dancing or drawing, they didn't have that, so they put their energy towards other things, and sometimes it was really negative, and then that was it. They didn't have an outlet. Like when I got introduced to music and hip-hop and breakdancing, and that's just all I wanted to do, and then I got drums, and that was it. When other people was out doing nonsense, I was just going to my room and practicing drums. So when I came into the position, you know, that I'm now, I was like, I want to be able to help expose people to different things that I was exposed to, and maybe help, you know, create the next superstar.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'm going to sound really weird right now. Yes, loud.
Wow.
Explain that for us.
You sound like you're from Orange County or something.
Shut up, not I'm from Long Beach.
That
I just don't know how to do it like
it's
you.
Orange County.
Long Beach is not Orange County. Don't make me fight you in front of this audience right now. Sorry,
Laguna.
you guys. Stop.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, loud. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Explain the meaning behind that.
Put a little grease on it. I'm a church kid. I grew up in church, man. That was it. I grew up with, you know, just playing drums in church, hearing all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But put me in F, Doc. Wow, see, we grew up with the church people. They was just ready on deck. You know, the sound guy, he would have been fired. He would have been cursed out by the preacher. So you know, the sound guy, he ain't from church. So you know, there it is. You're too late.
Hey,
praise the Lord, saints.
Woo!
Yes, Lord. You know
Yes, Lord.
That's what I
Y'all
grew
gotta
up
say
in.
it back.
Yeah. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Can I get an amen? God is good.
God is great.
No, see, if y'all knew who y'all.
Taking us to church.
That's right, and all the time. That's right, all the time, no, see. Yeah, that was it. I just grew. Thank you so much, musician. I appreciate it.
That was awesome.
These musicians ain't getting paid. They here because they love the Lord, okay? So y'all put some in their pockets when they leave, okay?
Pass around the baskets, please.
That's where I grew up in, you know, just the church. Everybody was saying all kinds of crazy stuff, man. Yes, Lord. No, Lord. You better preach. You in the house, Reverend? Like all kinds of stuff. So that was like, just something that's just stuck with me. And then one day I was doing a song called Suede, and I think maybe it was like Suede or Drugs. Like I probably put on both, but like I just started throwing that in there, and then it just stuck. Yeah, that was it.
Well,
and all my favorite rappers always have something, you know. All right.
There's some
like,
type of
yeah,
ad-lib in there to throw
some
in
sort
there.
of like thing that let you know
It's
they were
there.
about to be on the track. Oh, that's Anderson. He about, like I heard the yes
Signature.
Lord. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, give it up one more time for Anderson Paak. Thank you guys so much.
Nationals, y'all.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.